guys, hope you're doing all right. This is Nick Borrego, and today's video is about Torsion from Sampletraxx. Sampletraxx is one of those companies where they create these libraries that make it very simple for you to have quick access to high-quality sounds. The founder is Alessandro Romeo, a friend of mine who I've done some work with in the past with reviews and sorts of things for GeekTyrant.com when I used to work for them. And as he continues on to roll out these new libraries, he just never disappoints. Everything he comes out with is so great. There's a recent endorsement from somebody named Charlie Clouser, who I had interviewed on GeekTyrant.com about some of his projects regarding like Childhood's End. He had a new Saw film that he did, and he uses a lot of Sampletraxx stuff. So I hit up Alessandro to say, is there a chance I could get a hold of this Torsion library you're talking about? Because it seems awesome. From what I've played around with it for the first little bit, I can tell you that, yeah, my thoughts are going to be quite positive. I'm not surprised at all by that. So within Tech Arpeggio, it's one of those cool little electronic sounds. And as a heads up, the intensity is quite high at the beginning. So I just want to let you know, have a heads up. So here's a default sound. My finger's about to hit the key. It's going to be a little bit intense. Really like the high end you're going to get from changing the resonance on the low pass. Watch. Nice spooky drilling like that. One example of what you can do within Tech Arpeggio. Now let's go ahead and go through some of these presets. I'm not going to do a footage of what I did with every preset. What I want to do is just walk through and show you what a lot of these can do just out of the box. Because of the Forge engine that this is designed on, you have a lot of parameters you can mess with. Kind of the standard operation like you would normally hope for within a synthesizer, within your high pass and low pass controls that we have obviously depicted here. But it's just the idea that it's all ready to go. You don't have to send it through anything. You can have it a quick learning function on my actual keyboard over here, which is just a simple Oxygen 25, nothing too crazy. It's very small. It gets the job done. But let's go through some presets. Very intense, angry sounds. I love it. A lot of what they've used in Sampletraxx has been featured in, like, there's Transformers films with the work of Charlie Clouser. If you look on that website, there's a whole list of the cool projects that they've used Sampletraxx stuff in. So, yeah, it just sounds so great. Way to go, Sampletraxx. Wow, that sounds good. Let's go to another arpeggiated one. Now skipping past some of the arpeggiated ones, let's move all the way back to what would be some of just the standard hits. The signature hits within what a lot of Sampletraxx does it can be used in a various bit of ways. I notice a lot of sci-fi cool sounding stuff where you have impact hits. I also really like to use it within music, that you can actually just activate them through your controller and then put them to rhythm. music or just as hits for cinematic highlight accent. Signature hits 1. And appropriately named synth mellow 1. We have another area of what they do here, stuff that's not quite so intense. It's more like just going into the more atmospheric type of droney sounds, which Sampletraxx always beautifully does. If you want really haunting sounds, really creepy sounds, I did a documentary for different locations for haunted houses across Utah where I used to live, and a lot of what I used from Bleed and Doom. The other Sampletraxx libraries I use in there. So let's go through Synth Mellow and see what else we got here. Let's turn that delay off. Got a sequencing going on that I haven't dug out. Either way. Beautiful. Let's try another one in Synth Mellow 6. Transpose that down. Gonna use the mod wheel. Looks like it's appropriated for the cutoff on low pass. Awesome. And as a final preset that we're gonna go and sift through, let's go through the Brahms glitch distortion. So gritty and just hard hitting. Magnificent. All right, one more. Brahms intro tech. Very 2. So that is a quick inside look on what they have inside this. So much that you can chew on here and so much you can dive into. It has everything from arpeggiated cool tech, cinematic hits for like a sci-fi or even a horror kind of sound. You have that going on. Between what they have here just as the stock sounds that come as preset patches, I definitely invite you to explore what you can do with within the filters of the high pass and low pass and see if it's something you can automate for a custom sound. Because at the base of it, with such great parameters, you already have cool sounds to work with. And then as you can change the sounds and mess with them between even this kind of these additional effects you can work with distortion and extra saturation, punchy cueing. Those are videos that could go on forever going down that rabbit hole, but they have a really great setup for you to mess with. You know, I mean, the possibilities are quite wide. I really am just so super pumped about what Sampletraxx is always doing. So this is me giving it a thumbs up. I am so stoked that Sampletraxx continues to make such fantastic work. Give me a hit with a comment if you have any thoughts about this, if there's anything you'd like to see me to go and delve into within what Sampletraxx is doing. And let me know your thoughts on the library. I know that there are free sounds from Sampletraxx available, so you can always check those out if you want to kind of get your feet wet and see what they have regarding some of the free sounds. But I can certainly back up that it is worth every bit of your cash to part with when you purchase a full library with Sampletraxx. Torsion, obviously maintaining that high quality Sampletraxx standard. So, and keep in mind you need the full contact to be able to use these. So, awesome. Until next time, I'm Nick Borrego. Thanks for watching. Hit me back with a like, comment, or subscribe if you'd like to support this channel. Hope this has been useful for you, and I wish you the best of luck with your next projects. Be excellent to each other.